Welcome back to the episode of 19 Kids and Counting where the Duggars and Bates collide, called Engaging Announcement. I do have other parts that I posted, so check those out. Last time. Jim Bob, after him not cooking this meal, is like, yeah, it's a balanced meal. It has cheese, which is dairy. It has sour cream, which is dairy. It has beans, which is beans. I cannot stand this man. Really cannot. But let's check up on the girls. After they're done swimming, it's time for some girl time. And oh boy, they set up a campfire. See, you don't need a fucking boy. And Erin starts this conversation with, well, in case you did not know, I am engaged to Chad Payne. Oh my god, really? Holy shit, I had no idea. Then Erin goes, I got a ring. Wow, girl, I had no idea if you get engaged, you get a fucking ring. Oh my god, tell me more, please. Then Erin goes on to tell the story of how she met Chad. She met him at a Valentine's banquet. It was an IBLP event, which she casually does not mention. Erin said, it was love at first sight for me. He opened the door and he's like, oh my gosh, he's so handsome. Girl, listen, you can say you were horny for Chad. I know you're not kissing until you're married, but you can say you're horny. It's perfectly normal. And then her and Chad started chit-chatting, and then Chad went up to Mr. Gil Bates and was like, can I court your daughter? And she was like, oh my goodness, this is all so dreamy. Michelle's like, courtship is really getting to know an individual. Like 3 months tops. Because in case you forget, these fundies literally court for like a couple of months and then get engaged for a couple months and are married less than a year after they start their courtship most of the time. I'm not saying all of them, saying some of them. Mostly the Duggars. And in between Erin talking about her story, they cut to the boys and Chad talking about their story. Jim Bob asked Chad, like, hey, how did you plan your engagement? And Chad's like, well, so Chad planned on going to this special place a little over an hour away from where Erin lives. And they were going to go to this romantic dinner. Also, Kelly Jo and Gil accompanied Chad and Erin as chaperones for their engagement, which I can see it. I didn't need a fun fact about that. So Erin, I guess, was getting changed because they were about to go to a formal dinner, and Chad surprises Erin with a horse-drawn carriage, which, okay, Chad, pretty romantic. And then Erin's like, oh my gosh, Chad had a horse and carriage ready for me, and you'll never guess what happens next. We never held hands before, but we held hands. Oh my god, Erin and Chad holding hands before they're engaged? Oh my god, call the police right now. Just in the background's like, everybody has their own set of courtship rules. Like, some people hold hands before engagement, some people hold hands after engagement. But let's be for real, courting is just basically, don't you fucking kiss until you're married, okay? Just as like the general idea of courtship is like getting to know someone in a group setting and family setting, so you know what they're like around other people. What are they like by themselves? Because they could be extremely sweet to you and your family, but what happens when you're actually alone with them? They may be a completely different person. So after the horse-drawn carriage, they went to this gazebo over here where Chad is probably going to have an impromptu jam session, apparently. Chad gives Erin the ring box, and Erin's like, this is not how the fuck it's supposed to work. The ring box that Chad handed to Erin had a little note, and it said, like, I mustered up the courage to ask you something. And you'll never guess what happens after that. And she said no. I'm just kidding. She said yeah. And oh boy, it's time for a group hug. Also, I love the fact that Gil and Kelly Jo are matching in blue. They're just like the Duggars. Because fucking Jim Bob and Michelle do this as well. And everybody around this campfire is boo-hooing. Even Michelle is fucking crying. Just as like, he's so romantic. Oh, I don't know who's gonna top that engagement. Oh, believe me, honey. I think Ben, the way he proposed to you was pretty romantic. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm done with this part. Hopefully we have 1 or 2 more parts to go. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.